Hello. Welcome to today's live training where we are going to talk all about profit planning. Now, here's a fun fact. You don't need to only focus on profit planning at the beginning of the year. You can create a profit plan any time. So you can create a profit plan in March. Hey, you can create a profit plan in March. You can create one in April, in December. It really doesn't matter. But you do need a profit plan. You want to always be operating from a place of having an intentional plan and an intentional plan that leads to profit. So, hey everyone. Welcome. Thanks for hopping on. Hey Marissa. Hey Jasmine. Hello. So as you're hopping on, share this with a friend, share it with 10, and so grab your notebook because you're going to want to take these things down so that you can execute a solid profit plan for your business. So if you're brand new to me, I'm Khalida, and I build funnels for coaches and service providers. So I build high converting funnels for coaches and service providers so that you can make more sales without having to go out and work super hard. So your funnels bring in clients on autopilot, sales on autopilot. I also help service providers scale their service-based business without adding additional hours to their workday. So that's what I do. That's my area of specialty, and I'm super excited to talk about profit planning because most coaches, most service providers don't have a plan for profit, and if they do, it's not effective. That I'm good to go. Okay, let's get into it. So if you can hear me, and if you are ready to jump into today's notes, I want you to go ahead and drop a 1 in the comment section so we can jump in. And by the way, I am hosting a free funnel class for coaches and service professionals on Sunday. So if you haven't signed up yet, all you need to do is tap the link in the bio and sign up for that free class. Hey Tess, how are you? What's good? What's going on? All right, so let's get to it. So number one, the first thing you need is profitable positioning. So we know back in the day, we could say we helped everyone. We could try to help everyone. We can solve all the problems. We would get clients. But in the type of climate that we're in right now, people are holding onto their purse strings a little tighter. And so you want to ask yourself, who is your service for, right? Who is your offer for? What specific problem, what specific pain points are your services for? So before you even map out your year for profit, before you even create your profit plan, you need to come up with your profitable person. Who's that person that's going to pay you for what you have to offer? You want to break it down step by step. So you start with the demographics. That's really important. Once you're clear on the demographics, then you're going to jump into the most important part, which is your psychographics. And geographics is important if you have an in-person service-based business. But if you are virtual, then geographics aren't as big of a deal. But your demographics and your psychographics are important. So demographics would be things like age, marital or relationship status. How many kids do they have? How much money do they make? Your psychographics would be things like their inner mindset, right? Their thought process, their limiting beliefs, the things that are going to make them tick or the things that don't make them tick. So when you're able to get into their heads, it's much easier for you to communicate accurately with your ideal client. So number one is knowing who your profitable person is. And the most important thing besides knowing who that profitable person is the problem that you're going to solve for that profitable person. So when you're positioning yourself, you want to position yourself as an expert. You want to position yourself as someone that people go to for something specific. So whatever you're doing, you want to ask yourself, am I niche enough? Am I specific enough? Do I have something that people think, when people think about this specific thing, does my name come to mind? That is the type of positioning that you want. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer for you to establish that type of expertise, but it's definitely worth it. So one of the things that I got really intentional with over the past couple years was when people say funnels, I want people to think about me. Okay, you can do the same thing. It's just about consistency. It's just about knowing who you serve, the problem you solve, and how you want to be perceived. You get to build your perception. You get to determine what you are known for. And all this is going to drive your profit plan. Because if people don't see you as the best choice to solve a specific problem, they're not going to pay you. And if people aren't paying you, then guess what? You aren't making money and you aren't building a profitable business. So number one is your profitable positioning. You want to, number one, figure out what problem do you solve. Number two, who has that problem and is willing and able to pay you for it. When I first got started, one of the things that I did was I targeted single moms who were broke. That was basically my target audience, right? And my ideal client was someone who was just like me when I first got started. And I struggled in the beginning because obviously if I'm targeting someone who doesn't have any money and who can't go out and find any money, how are they going to pay me for what it is that I'm offering? So that's why it's important to know your problem and know your person. And your person is not going to be random. It's someone who has the problem, number one. Number two, they know they have the problem and they are willing to pay you to solve the problem. And then number three, once they realize, hey, I have the problem, they're willing to, they're actually going to go out there and they're able to pay you for the problem. That's why it's important to know your demographics. That's why it's important for you to know the psychographics as well. All right. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Welcome everyone who is joining me. So if you're brand new to me, I build funnels for coaches and service professionals so they can get clients on autopilot online. And I show service-based business owners how to scale without working extra hours. Okay, so that's my area of expertise. And today we're talking about creating your profit plan for your business going forward. And it doesn't matter when it is in the year, you need a profit plan, you need a strategy, you need to know what it is you're going to do to get to the money. All right, so if you're ready for number two, drop a 2 in the comments if you are ready for number 2. If you're ready for number 2, drop a 2 in the comments. Now, here's a little side note, right? While you're dropping those 2s, here's a little side note. When you nail your positioning, people are going to start unfollowing. People are going to unsubscribe. People are going to start to, not really tune in. But guess what's the good thing, right? Other people are going to find you. They're going to be attracted to you. Your messaging is going to be super magnetic. So you get better quality clients who come to you because you're so specific. An example of this is, if I were to, let's say I'm working with a career coach, okay? And right now she's just writing resumes for everyone. I write resumes. That's literally what she says. I write resumes, or I write resumes that get you interviews 85% of the time, even if she's that specific with her numbers. But now when she gets clear on who her target audience is, so maybe now she says, I write resumes for middle-aged women who want high-paying corporate jobs. Now, middle-aged women are more likely to hire her because they want the high-paying corporate job, right? Her content is going to be way more specific to their pain points, to their problems and what they're going through. Or if she were to say, I write high-converting resumes for new graduates from college so that they land 90% of their interviews. Now she's more specific. Now she's way more magnetic. Now she's more likely to get clients without having to convince and beg. If you do facials, who do you do facials for? Stop trying to save the world with your services. If you do massage, if you do nails, Who are you doing these services for? What specific pain points are you speaking to? This is the foundation of your profit plan. If you are not clear on who is going to spend their money with you, it's going to be very hard for you to attract them and actually get them to buy. All right, so I'm seeing the twos. Let's jump into number 2. So number 2 is your profitable packages. Now, most people are trying to sell something one-off, okay? You're trying to sell something one-off, or you're trying to sell the cheaper offers and hope that you can upsell someone to something more expensive or something more premium. One of the game changers for a lot of my clients is focusing on packages, focusing on premium price points. Again, it's going to take the same amount of energy to convince someone to spend $100 with you as it is to convince someone to spend $1,000. It really does. The only reason it seems as though it takes more energy for you is because your positioning isn't right. But after we talked about that in number 1, your positioning should be on point. And because you're not targeting the right potential clients. If you're still speaking to people who only want to spend $20, $100 with you, then that's the people that's going to show up. That's the people that you are targeting. So once you shift your positioning, now you can also shift your packages and your pricing. So I want you to take a look at your top sellers. If you're struggling, you know you didn't make the kind of money you want to make in 2022, look at your top offers. Oh, just making sure. Look at your top offers. Look at what you sold the most of, and then look at your content. Look at your marketing. Ask yourself, did I really push anything that was at a higher price point? Was I speaking to the kinds of clientele that I know would pay me for the packages I really want to sell? So you want to make sure that you're clear on what's your positioning, what packages can you now sell because of that new positioning, how can you price yourself? So when you are really clear on the problem that you solve, now you can price yourself accordingly. And because you're pricing yourself in a way that's premium, now you're able to hit your sales goals a whole lot easier. So for example, let's say, again, let's go with facials, right? I do facials just like let's say I have a friend, her name is Sasha. She does facials as well. Now, I only do facials for corporate women who are in high stress jobs. So that's my ideal client. And so because that's my ideal client, I design my facials around their lifestyle, and I price my facials accordingly. My packages are also designed in a way that attracts that type of person. So now I'm charging, let's say $500 per month for a specific package for my facials. Whereas my friend, she does facials for everybody. You want a facial? Come get a facial. The facials are not customized. The facials are not specific. And so her marketing and her targeting is not specific. And so she charges $75 per facial. So someone may come to her once every 3 months, whereas my clients, they come to me every single month, and they have a recurring appointment because I'm speaking to their problems, their pain points, and my positioning is on point for them as well. Stop thinking that people have some type of edge on you. They don't. What they have is, number 1, clarity on their ideal client. And then number 2, they're really focused on that one person who's going to pay them what they want to be paid. Most of us are so scared that, people aren't going to pay this, they aren't going to do that. Why you all caught up in people's bank accounts? You don't know what they have going on. I promise you, when you shift your mindset, first of all, right, into a growth mindset, into abundance mindset, and then you shift your positioning because now you believe that you can attract that quality clientele. And now you have packages that back up your new thought process. You're going to realize that, yes, it really is as easy to sell $1,000, $500, $250 package as it is to sell something for $25 or $75. The day that I discovered that it's much easier to make a lot of money faster than it is to make a little bit of money slower, That was a game changer. I remember when I heard that and I was like, huh? But then I went out and I did it and I realized, wow, like it really is true. But it starts with first believing that it's possible for you. Okay, so that's number 2, is having profitable packaging, making sure your positioning aligns with your price point. And then number 3, if you're ready for number 3, drop a 3 in the comments if you are ready for number 3. If you're ready for number 3, drop a 3 in the comments. So number 3, so I tried out this new, I think it's like sugar cookie thing from Starbucks. I think I'm going to stick to my plain. My favorite is just the plain white chocolate mocha. That's it. All this fancy stuff, it's a no. Okay, because no, all the sprinkles are stuck. So number 3, hey Brandy. So number 3. So number 3 is a profitable platform. Okay, profitable platform. So in the comments, real quick, tell me, what platform are you going to focus on building on consistently for the next 12 months? The reason why your Instagram isn't popping off and giving and making money for you is because you haven't been consistent with that platform long enough. And I'm guilty of not being consistent on one platform. When I first got started, I was on all the platforms trying to be consistent. But the reality is a split focus will give you split results. So what platform are you going to focus on? What platform are you absolutely going to crush it on over the course of the next 12 months? And I'm not telling you 12 weeks. I'm not telling you 6 months. I'm saying an entire 12 months. And I'm going to give you a formula for success on the back end. When we finish, I'm going to give you my formula for success. It's a foolproof formula that I stumbled across on accident. And then I found a coach who literally said the same thing. I worked with her for, I think it was like 3 months. I think her package was 9 days when she said that. And I'm like, you know, it makes so much sense. Facebook, they gave me opportunities to monetize on there. Okay, so make sure that your monetization opportunities align with your profit plan and it's in alignment with your goals for your business as well, right? So make sure everything is in alignment, but yes, go for it. So if you choose Facebook, go all in with Facebook. Figure out, how do I use all the features to my advantage? Most of us are on Instagram and we go live once every quarter. A lot of us are on Instagram and we don't even know how to sell in the DMs. A lot of us are on Instagram and we aren't leveraging Reels for our business. Now, I am not a fan of doing trending Reels. Let me just tell you right now, yes, you can get a lot of followers, but there's a lady, she blew up overnight on Instagram. Tons and tons of followers, right? Tons. I mean, like tens of thousands of followers in like a week or something. But guess what? It's not transferring into profit. Why? You do a trending, you have a trending or a viral reel, you do it with a trending audio, right? But you're not intentional with your messaging and your positioning. You're going to attract the wrong people that aren't interested in buying. That is why when I do reels, if you look at my reels are either me giving you information, right? So if I do end up on the explore page, when I get followers, it's not going to be tens of thousands, but it's going to be people who send me DMs and say, I am interested in what you have to offer. It's going to be, my reels are going to get pushed out to people who are engaging with my page. So the content is reinforcing what I'm already saying. I'm not getting on here dancing in a bathing suit because I'm going to attract a whole lot of Pakistani, African, Caribbean, American, French, doesn't matter where they're from, men, right, who are not going to spend a dime in my business. And that's what people need to understand, is you want to be intentional with every piece of content that you create. So whatever platform you're on, you can definitely profit with that platform, but you want to learn the features and you want to commit to using as many of the features as you possibly can. Does it take time? Yes. But here's my tip for being able to do that effectively. I do, and I've been preaching this now for probably almost 10 years. I've been saying the same thing. I do all my money making activities, all my content creation in the morning. All of it. So I know it's evening right now, but that's because today didn't go how today was supposed to go. But generally speaking, I'm going to do all my content creation. I'm going to show up, do my money making activities in the morning around the same time. If I know that I can't go live, then I'm going to do something else. Which brings me to tip number 2. Video is king nowadays, right? There was a time when you could post a pretty photo and get away with it, but now it doesn't matter how cute your photo is. It's not getting the reach that it used to. You're going to have to do video. And bonus points for doing live video, right? So you want to start asking yourself, is my content in alignment with the assignment that I have for my business in the upcoming 12 months? What features am I going to capitalize on? So if you're on Facebook, are you going to just use your page? Are you going to use your profile? Are you going to leverage building a community in a Facebook group? Are you going to do Facebook ads? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to go live, or are you going to use short form video on Facebook? Are you going to tap into the just static photos, but make them engaging and really focus on your captions and your copy? Like, how are you going to monetize the platform and make it profitable for you? All that's super important. But reality is that it all comes down to consistency. How can I be more consistent in my content? How can I be more consistent in my positioning and my messaging? And of course, how can I be more consistent with selling? Most women that I talk to, they're always telling me I'm not making enough sales in my business. But they're so inconsistent with the content creation and so inconsistent with asking for the sale. That's why you're not making sales, right? That's why you're not making money. One of the things I get asked about at least once a week is, why do I send an email every single day? Am I not afraid that people are going to unsubscribe? Listen, if people aren't unsubscribing when you email, you're doing something wrong. I can't remember I think it was Candace who said that. Grant Cardone said that you need to email so much, people are unsubscribing every time you email. And the reason why I say that isn't that you're not going to send such awful emails that people don't want to hear from you. It's because your messaging is targeted, right? And you're speaking to a specific person. So you're weeding out those people who are not going to purchase anyway. People who unsubscribe were never going to buy. People who unsubscribe, you weren't serving them in the capacity they needed to be served anyway. When you email consistently, when you show up consistently, guess what happens? You make money consistently. If you go live on your social media platform, hardly anybody is going to show up. Does that mean you don't go live? No, you work around it. The people who are meant to see your content are going to see your content if you are intentional and strategic with the way that you're working your content, right? So consistency is the secret sauce that most people are missing out on. And then a pro tip I want to share with you: in the upcoming months, you want focus to be your main focus. What is the one thing you want to be known for? What is the one person you're going to speak to? What is the one package you're going to push? What is the one positioning you're going to dominate? What is the one platform you're going to master? I promise you, if you focus in this upcoming season, you will become unstoppable. So that's number 3. Your profitable platform. Leverage the features wisely, create consistent content, have a strategy for how you're going to use the features, and be intentional with how you show up. Stop showing up because, oh shoot, I got to post, didn't post in 2 days. No. In this season of your business, you're going to have to be intentional. And one of the ways that I am able to maintain my consistency is every single week and every single month. So every quarter you have a plan, then every month you're going to plan, and then every week you have a plan. What I do is I set my in-business hours when I'm working on client work or with clients or doing client calls. And then the most important thing is to have your working on business hours. That's key. That's one of the things that I'm going to share with my mastermind clients is how you can leverage the concept of deep work to work less than you ever have, but earn more than you ever have as well. Because you're going to leverage systems, you're going to have your funnels, all that good stuff, but then you're also going to be really intentional. So that's number 3. Number 4, you need, when you're creating your profit plan, you need to start asking yourself, do I have a process that is going to allow me to profit and get more sales? Most of us are the weakest link in our coaching businesses, in our service-based businesses. Most of us are the reason why we are leaking clients, because you don't have a repeatable process. So if something, God forbid, was to happen to you, you were in the bed, you couldn't tell somebody, hey, these are the steps to follow over and over again to get clients. And bonus points is you need to start asking yourself, how can I identify the key outputs for my business, the key points to my business? How can I create workflows? How can I create processes? And these are just the steps that somebody outside of your business, they can come in, they can do the exact steps that you tell them and get the result you want them to get. So you should have a process for sending an email, for example, so that somebody could come in and send the email without you having to be there. You should have a process for generating sales and leads in your business without you having to be there. You should have a process for putting out content without you having to be there. You want to start developing processes, but the main process you need is a sales process. What are the steps that your clients go through to become a paying client? If you can't answer that question, you need to figure that out before you go to sleep tonight. My average client, what do they need to do? What steps do they need to take in order to purchase from me? Okay, you write out those steps. If you realize that they normally take 8 steps to go from potential client to paying client, how can you reduce the number of steps to 3 maximum, right? Your people shouldn't have to jump through hoops to purchase from you. The next question is, do you understand your client journey? Do you understand how your clients are purchasing? So for example, do your clients need to watch 5 videos before they buy from you? The last 10 clients that you had, what steps did they go through before they bought? Did they watch a specific live stream? Did they send you DMs? Did they get emails from you? You want to create a repeatable process, and then you need to plug that into your plan. And then number 6 is you need a profitable system. Number 5, is profitable system. So your process is made up of, you're going to have your funnel, right? Your funnel, these are the steps that your people take from being a potential client to becoming a prospect to becoming a paying client. If you don't have a funnel, tap the link in the bio, sign up for my free funnel class. It's going down on Sunday night, okay? You need a funnel. I'm telling you right now, what you've been doing is not going to hold you up in 2023. If you know what you've been doing so far, been a little shaky, trust me, it's going to fall flat in 2023 because things are about to get real. And you need to realize that you need to step your game up. So, the free funnel class is on Sunday, link in bio. You need to understand your client journey. You need to understand how your people are making buying decisions, right? Your clients make buying decisions in a specific way. You need to understand how they're making buying decisions, and you want to automate as much of that as possible with your system. So the system is you taking the process, getting the right tools, and you letting the tools do the heavy lifting. So there's 2 parts to the system. So the way that your system is going to work going forward is you are going to systemize the steps in the client journey. So all that should be automated. You should not be the weakest link. And you want to start humanizing the close. So what do I mean by that? When you systemize the steps in the client journey, You don't have to be present for them to find you. You don't have to be present for them to know, like, and trust you. But now when it comes to the close, when it comes to converting, when it comes to getting the sale, we're going to have to infuse that human element into that. So whether that is you're going to have conversations in the DM, whether that is you're going to have more conversations via email, you do more video, you do more live streams, you do sales calls, you do more consultations. You need to figure out how can you humanize that conversion process. Most people are so scared of having conversations with humans. I don't understand what's so hard about actually being human and just talking, because that's literally what it is. When somebody knows you, likes you, trusts you to get them the result that they want, that is when they purchase from you. But they're right now, because people are holding on to their money a little tighter, you're going to have to humanize the close. So for example, if you're on Facebook and you want to use Facebook as your primary profitable platform, what you're going to do is you're going to use video. You're going to do video more often, right? Maybe you're going to start a Facebook group where you are present more often. Maybe now you are going to start having conversations in your DMs more often. How are you going to humanize that conversion process? If you're on Instagram, leveraging stories. Stories is one of the most intimate ways to build know, like, trust on Instagram. If you realize that your people aren't really connecting with you, you need to show them, hey, I'm for real. I have a personality. I am not just, a logo. I am a person. That's why I'm so big on building your personal brand before you build an external brand. People buy from people they know, like, trust. Let me give you two examples of people who leverage the power of personal branding. Number one, Cardi B. I can't remember if it was a mixtape or something, but whatever it was, sold tons of copies of it just from her Instagram presence, right? Personal brand. Super Scent, Crayon Case. Before she launched Crayon Case, she already had her personal brand. People bought into her story. People bought into her personal brand. The Kardashians, right? They built their personal brand. Yes, they had a huge platform because they were on TV in front of people like all the time, but they built their personal brands first. If you are unknown like me, right? Like, you don't have millions of followers, people don't know who you are, focus on building your personal brand, focus on humanizing yourself. Does that mean you need to go out and get a bunch of photo shoots and all that? No. It could be as simple as you send emails consistently and you infuse either your thoughts or you infuse your personality. You infuse something that speaks to who you are. You develop your brand voice and you stay consistent with your messaging, your positioning, your branding. You show your face in your reels or in your live videos or in your stories. Does that mean you have to do classes like this that are, 20, 30, 60 minutes long? No. What it means is you're just going to be consistent. People know who you are. You start to position yourself so that you are synonymous with something specific. When people think anti-aging facials, you should pop to mind. When people think manicures for busy six-figure earning entrepreneurs in your area, you should pop to mind. When people think career coaches for new grads, you should pop to mind. When people think wellness coaches for new moms, you should pop to mind. What do you want to be known for, right? One of the biggest mistakes that really held me back for a long time was I am really good at a lot of things and I didn't want to let go of any of them. When I went all in on I will be known for funnels, that's when things completely changed. So don't make the same mistake I made. Don't let it take you years to let go. Listen, you can help other people for free, for paid on the back end. Because when you're known for one thing, everything else gets that inferred expert status. Okay, so you need a profitable system where you're going to systemize the steps, the client journey, and you're going to humanize the conversion, the sales, the close. So if you know that you are working hours and hours, you're chasing clients on the internet, you have no idea how to predict your income, you want to join me for the free funnel class. This funnel class is literally going to walk you through what a funnel is, the tools you need to build your funnel, what you need to include in your funnel, how to come up with the best possible freebie and client magnet for your funnel so that you can finally stop guessing where your next client is going to come from. You don't want to be in a position where you're unsure if you're going to be able to hit your sales goals. The way that you are able to predictably hit your income goals every month is by having an audience of people who are pre-qualified, who said, I have the problem that you solve and I want the solution. That audience is your email list. Your funnel builds your email list. So if you haven't already, tap the link in the bio and secure your spot for the free funnel class. Trust me, it's going to be a huge game changer for your business, okay? That's going down on Sunday. Share the sign up link with a friend so that they can join you as well. And if you have any questions about anything that we covered so far today, go ahead, drop them in the comment section. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and let me know what questions you have. And I hope to see several of you on that free funnel class. Oh, I had a formula. Remember, that I wanted to share with you. So here is the formula. Here's the formula that I tapped into. And then I found a coach and she was talking about the same thing. So that's why I worked with her, because I literally journaled about it. And then, it's just so funny how things happen. So here is the formula. You want to solve one problem for one person using one platform, leveraging one package that you create with one signature system for 1 year. That's it. That's the game changer. So when you have your one positioning and you have your one signature funnel, you fill that funnel for 1 year, your entire business is going to change. I have had the same funnel. It's over a year for sure. It's probably close to 2 years. It might be more than 2 years. I've had that same funnel. A lot of people ask me, so how long do I need to keep my funnel? How many funnels do I need to have? You really only need one, because if someone comes to you, they purchase your signature service, you deliver an amazing service, they're going to want more of other things. And you don't necessarily have to promote it on the front end. But if you are struggling right now, you're not gaining momentum, you want to tap into the power of one, okay? You want to have your one problem that you solve, the one person you solve that problem for. Figure out your one package, your one service you're going to go all in with perfecting and getting known for. You want to create a one process, and then you want to figure out, okay, how can I systemize that? How can I create this one funnel, right? That I'm going to focus on is getting people into that funnel, letting the funnel do the job, and then you staying consistent. It's so much easier to stay consistent with one thing than with 20 things. Because right now, if you're trying to do all the things and have all these different income streams, because people are like, oh, you need multiple income streams, ask yourself, how's that working out? How's that going for you? I'm going to leave you with this last story, okay? So I was watching a podcast or a YouTube channel, can't remember which one it was. And this guy, it might be, okay, now I don't want to give you false information, but I was watching an episode. And this guy, he makes like hundreds of millions of dollars. He asked his friends who was making about, I think, $20 million a year, if you could triple or even 5x the amount of money you're making by just focusing on one business, would you do that? And the friend was like, yes, but he said, no, like for real, would you do that? The friend said, okay, yes, if you can guarantee that I could at least triple what I'm making, I would give up my other businesses. So then he says, okay, what business is your favorite business? What's the thing you love to do? And it's also bringing in consistent money. So he told him the business. So and it took him 3 years to close down all the other businesses. But then he ended up surpassing the 5x that he hoped to make. And now he's closer to $100 million than $20 million, which was what he was making before with all those. I think he had like 8 businesses or something. I say this to say, I know we're not really talking tens of millions of dollars, but I say this to say, what you focus on grows. If you're focusing on multiple things, it's very hard, or it's impossible actually, to give 100%. If you were to go all in on just the power of one, your one signature offer, your one thing that you're going to be known for, the one platform that you're going to master, and you have one funnel that is doing the heavy lifting for you, magic is going to happen in your business. You're going to look back at your business in 90 days, in 6 months, in 12 months, and wonder like, oh my goodness, is this the same business? No, it's not. It's a completely different business. So if you are ready to start working smart, tap the link in the bio. Join me for the free funnel class. Sign up now so you don't forget. Join me live Sunday evening. I'm going to walk you through this powerful sales machine that you want to leverage for your business. So if you are just hopping on, you're new to me, I'm Kalita. I build funnels for coaches and service providers that are high converting and get them clients on autopilot. And I show service-based business owners how to scale without working extra hours. That's what I do. That's what I'm good at. Like really, really good at. And if you have any questions, you're watching the replay, drop them in the comments. Tap the link in the bio for the free funnel class. And I will see you live tomorrow with our next live class. Have an amazing, amazing day. I'll see y'all tomorrow.